Hello everyone, how's it going? Hope you're doing well in your part of the world. Alrighty, so I'm starting this a little bit late today because I had received a very important upgrade for the 286, and that is a much more powerful floating point unit for doing floating point like math calculations and that kind of stuff, which is essential for performance for the Doom for Doom editors. Well, most of them anyway. At least like deep in DAU, definitely get like a massive performance boost from just having like a 287 installed. So having an even faster one will definitely help make it go even more. Boom! Well, as much as it can get anyway. So yeah. Let's get straight into it, actually. For that, I'm just going to... just very slightly update us, because we're now running at 25 megahertz, the 286 at 25 megahertz rather than 24 megahertz. Because thankfully, because of this new floating point unit I put in, the Intel i287XL, because I can now run that, I can now run that at a much higher clock speed than the AMD one I was using, the AMD 802.287 I was using. It does allow me to it does allow me to run the 286 itself at 25 megahertz without any stability issues, which I've noticed when I was using the old AMD 287. So thankfully that 1 megahertz like increase may not sound like much, but like, you know, in context that's like what like over 4% performance increase. Yeah, look, if I can get it, I mean, who am I to argue? I mean, come on, it's definitely a good worthwhile investment, I say. Which should be hopefully all good there. So let's initialize all the tools we need, the tools of the trade that we need. And let's load up Windows. And yes, I am wearing a blanket today because it is approaching winter down here in Australia. So you know, it's actually getting pretty cold at the moment. So so alright, let's get into it. Oh, actually, I am kind of curious because like I was doing a little bit of testing with like benchmarks and also with DAU and deep. And there was definitely like a better, like, there was definitely like an improved performance there. Yo, Subcon, how's it going? Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. I have started today's stream late. You end the stream and I started the stream. No. Yeah. Cause I still have fuck. I still have OBS open. I was a bit of a lazy shit and just left like OBS open overnight. So that's on me. But fuck it, that's cool. But yeah. I was gonna show off. Let me see. Oh, notifications. Let me guess. Ooh. Sorry, I'm just checking Twitter because I just uploaded some photos, screenshots I also took of me getting a new floating point math processor for this 286. Oh yeah, of course. Oh well, I mean, I can't exactly like. I got a feeling because I know like if I leave OBS open overnight, if I try to capture my desktop of my main PC, OBS will just like immediately crash. So hold on, let me just shoot you the link to the tweet instead. So I'll just paste this instead. So yeah, I got this. I bought this. I bought this purely for the oh yeah, well, Well, I mean, okay, so I mean, I do have a nick in here. I do have a network card in this like 286 because I actually have to use the 286. No, sorry, I have to use the network card in order to actually boot my compact flash card. So yeah, I got a floating point processor, a better one than the one that came with like one of my motherboards, and yeah. So I already know it's like running faster. It's just I fucking love it. You don't even dare go on the internet on Windows 98? I would, personally. But yeah, ooh, yeah. VD95, the author of Fastum, had actually responded to my tweet. Given a good recommendation for what I should have bought instead. I'm kind of actually randomly curious. I'm just gonna check eBay just for a quick second. If I can find them. Let's see. Okay, nothing's popping up immediately on eBay. That's alright. I'll look into it a bit later. But anyway, yeah. So the fact I'm spending money just to shitpost more efficiently. Well, you know, shitpost mapping like more efficiently. Yeah, it's the kind of shit I'll do. It's the kind of shit I'll just like do just for shits and giggles. You know, like, and you know, given like, you know, inflation nowadays, it's like the cost of like what, you know, 2.5 launches. So I was like, big deal. All right, so let's get into it. Yeah. I'm not exactly sure like which map editors it will affect. Exactly, as long as I'm having fun, exactly, yeah. It's not eating into my, you know, income too much. It was relatively speaking for like retro hardware, it was fairly cheap. It was a somewhat cheap pickup to do. But yeah, I am. Oh, that's right. That's what I was gonna do. So yeah, I want to like randomly check if What Alpha would actually like run a bit faster because of like these upgrades I've done. I mean, I have pumped up the CPU from like 24 megahertz to 25 megahertz as well. Hey Tuna, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. All right, let me just very quickly check this out. I'm just gonna do a quick 5-minute like diversion to like What Alpha because yeah, I tested like DOS stuff. I didn't really test Windows 3.1 to see like how that performs. I'm kind of hoping that it would have improved performance a fair bit. It would have been much appreciated, like, you know, when I was working on What Alpha, but I don't know. Let's do a very, very quick check, and then, you know, I'll get straight into. Pardon me. I'll just get straight into the good shit after this. So I have thought of a couple ideas of like what to do with the map. Well, I mean, I was working on an idea, but I, you know, had to go to bed and yeah, clean out rubbish and all that kind of stuff. Well, it is kind of like performing a bit faster in a way. I mean, yeah, obviously, you know, like What Alpha is, you know, clearly designed to be running on a, you know, like a 486, that kind of stuff, but yeah, that's actually, yeah, it is actually kind of like funny you mention that, Kant, because like these individual sections I have been making for my TWOGERS map. The first two that I've done so far, just doing like a no mode playthrough takes like what, roughly 13 minutes each, and I intend to do like 9 of these as well. It's fucking Poog 29 moment all over. It's Poog 29 all over again. Why do I keep shit praising myself like this? I think I copied the upstairs one. The one I was doing on WhatEd. I think I've copied that one onto this one as well. So I'm kind of like randomly curious to see like how quick that will load up as well. Ooh, it's taken a while. That's interesting. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong. Yeah, I did override it, but I'm pretty sure I've got like an actual copy here somewhere, right? Right? Oh, right, yeah, it's in the, yes, of course. Yeah, I know exactly where it is. It's not in C DoomEd. It's in the WODED folder because it because by default WODED saves into the folder it's located in. So if I yeah, here it is. All right. So yeah, I'm kind of curious like how quickly this will I'm kind of curious like how quickly like this will load the section I was doing in WODED in WODOffer. Yeah, because that's totally not confusing at all. All right. So let's see. How long is this gonna take? This is actually kind of a bit laggy as it is, which is kind of intriguing. I was gonna pour myself a drink as well while I'm at it. Don't mind me. Alright. Is that actually... Oh, here we go. Damn! Watching that draw is certainly something. Holy crap. Can I do best fit? There we go. I do love like watching it. I do love watching this draw. So you decided to torture myself with long load times? Yeah, pretty much. Well, okay. So WODOffer is definitely the slowest out of like all the map editors I've worked with so far. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be 2 of them which are going to be like even more slower. So, it all kind of like started when I had an idea for a map. I decided to name the map Ghost of 286 Past. The whole idea was to basically have like the EGA and like the CGA palette in a Doom map. So I wanted to use the palettes which I created for the Fast Doom source port like a couple of months ago. And then I spent like a stream doing some like mapping in like UDB to make sure that like all the tech which I wanted to do for like the palette for like using like the EJ and CJ palette would work properly, and it does, thankfully. So then like a week after that stream, I had the genius idea of, hey, D, could there be like a possibility of like any like Doom editors for like DOS or like Windows 3.1 that would work on a 286? So I did a bit of a shovelware CD like archaeology session. I went through like 100 to like 200 shovelware CDs. I actually lost count. And throughout all this like deep diving I've been doing, including having to like recompile source code for like some of the things which did have source code available, I was able to successfully run 10 different Doom editors from 10 different Doom map editors that were made between 1994 and 1995, which will all run on the 286. So I was like, well, fuck it, if I'm calling this map like Ghost of 286 Past, I might as well do like a significant part of like the map layout development on a 286, because I figured, well, fuck it. The best way of like imitating like 1994 WODs, WODs that are made by like fans in like 1994, is to use the actual like software that would have been used back in 1994. It makes perfect sense. Just do it on a PC that can't run Doom, because that makes it more funny. I don't know. It's also an interesting experiment as well. It's equally a curiosity to see how map editors perform on a 286, but also more importantly to kind of like to try and like understand the woes, the suffering that people had to put up with these like antiquated, wonky as hell like map editors and kind of stuff back in the day. So it's a little bit of that as well. Exactly. It's challenged with something unique and nostalgic. Yeah, it's something both unique and also nostalgic, so it's a win-win. So this is one of the oldest map editors for Doom. Yeah. So this is Geoff Allan's DoomEd, the real thing. So the first. So yeah. So let's see. So yeah, the earliest version was which can like make maps was dated 28th of March, 1994. So the one I'm using now is from the 28th of January, 1995. But I had to there was a source code available. The license in the zip for the source code states that I cannot redistribute any binaries without the explicit written permission of Geoff Allan, from Geoff Allan. So yeah, I recompiled this to use 286 instructions instead of 386 instructions. I also stripped out the node building and reject building code as well. Largely to save a lot of time when saving maps, because I don't need to be like wasting time on things which are going to be rebuilt anyway when I like merge like all of these like map sections together into one giant fuck off map basically. But yeah, so like a large portion of these like map editors I've seen around are like, you know, 1994. Let's see, I think this one's from February 95. There's also let's see if I go here. We got like Deep version 6, which is like, you know, from like March 95. I think the first version I have is from like, yeah, December 94. Also the good old classic DEU from 30th of March 1994. DEU 5.1 from April 1994. DEU 5.21 from May 1994, and also had to recompile it to run on 286 as well. This one was compiled with Borland C 3.1, and this was compiled with Borland C++ 4.5. And from what I can tell, this one like runs like marginally faster, but also uses a lot less RAM as well. So unless I have a reason to like stick with the Borland C, like the later Borland compiled one, I'm just gonna use like this one when I get to DEU, whenever that happens. And then yeah, there's a bunch of like other stuff here as well, like WhatEd, which I've been using for the past few days. The first version of that was March 1994. This has been modified. Interesting. And you know, here is yeah, so the latest version was okay. It's like as if okay, huh? Interesting that the data being getting fucked around somehow. Well, anyway, I'm not gonna question that. Yeah, I found like what when I was like shovelware CD hunting, I found 18 of them. It's all online? No. The only one that's like the only one out of like all of these 18 which are on like id games, is WhatEd 1.83. All the rest of these I scoured around all a bunch of like different like shovelware CDs. So eventually like I'll have to like upload them. I mean I do intend to do some more shovelware archaeology, shovelware CD archaeology. Like after I've sorted out like, you know, the TWOGERS release. And then I want to see, because I've seen a few DoomWorld threads where people have been focusing on like uploading WODs from like shovelware CDs, but they conveniently ignore two things. One, where they found the CD. They do mention the CD, but they don't like link to like the ISO or anything or wherever they found it. And two, they only focus on WODs, but not the utilities folder, which I actually care about more. So I'm gonna have to do some more research after I'm done with this and see like what else I can find. But other than that, like it doesn't really matter because I've got like 10 editors to work with, and that's good enough. That's precisely like the number which I need anyway, so whatever. Anyway, let's get into this. Let's get into this shit. Let's zoom in around here. Am I still missing things? Well, I mean, I have no idea what I'm missing. That's the thing. Basically, it's more like I have no idea what I'm missing, so it's more like I have to find it rather than. Well, okay. Well, I mean, well, okay. When I say I don't know what's missing, as in like, I guess like a better way of like saying it would be more. I kind of have an idea of like, you know, versions of stuff which I'm missing. Which I don't have, but there might be like completely different stuff altogether. Like something completely new could be like out there lurking. I have no idea. Basically, is what I'm trying to get at. But the thing I'm actually looking for, probably the thing I'm actually looking for most is older versions of Def, as in like DETH or like Doom editing, Doom editor for total head cases, which was a continuation of DEU. I haven't really found, obviously, yeah, of course. The reason why I haven't, like, posted the Doom World thread yet is because I want to, because I want to focus on a lot more, it's actually, like, a broader range of, like, things I want to focus on, not just, like, map editors that can actually create maps from scratch, you know, there's a lot more stuff as well, you know, there's, like, stuff prior to, like, the EU 5.0, also like various like WAD manipulation tools, like, you know, like early versions like DE text, DM graph, DM odd, like all those other kind of like stuff as well. So yeah, there's like a bit, yeah, so there's like a decent amount of stuff which I do need to like look into. I can't really just post a spreadsheet just yet because I need to back up my research with concrete information as well. Well, yeah, like looking up Usenet archives, for example. Yeah, I just can't just simply I can't just post a spreadsheet. That just rubs me the wrong way, basically. I believe I downloaded some of the alpha versions of Doom. I believe you created them. Oh yeah, those old ass resource worlds, which I kind of put like random shit in as like fillers, which in hindsight was a dumb idea. For like, you know, throwing in like fillers, that kind of stuff. Like, you know, random just filler shit. It should have been more accurate. Well, I should have just like strictly stuck with the stuff that was in the WODs, in the alphas. But that's okay. Yes, I did create those back in 2002. Fuck, 2 decades ago. Holy shit, I'm old. Fucking Gramps moment right there. I definitely want to do like a resource WOD out of Alpha 0.3 though. That would be really cool. So anyway, I haven't really thought of like much. Yeah. So moving back to the actual map itself. There's kind of like a. Just trying to think of like what I want to do here. Yeah. I'll probably keep this one like fairly simple. I want to do stairs, basically. So yeah, I think I will do that. Yeah, I love this shit. So far my thoughts about this editor are the first one is it runs really fast. datearchive.com. True. Well, I am actually watching I do actually have like a parts domain, which I've had for a couple of years now, called jank.life. So eventually when I get time, or more importantly, when I get time and my brain will actually focus on it, will actually do something with that domain, do actually something useful with it. Hey Barzep, what are you watching? You're watching me, you're watching me just talk shit for one, for most things, but what I really should be focusing on is doing some Doom mapping on a PC that can't even run Doom, with using the power of DOS and Windows 3.1 editors, like DOS and Windows 3.1 map editors from around 1994 to like 1995. So far I have already created, is this PC emulated? No, it is the real deal. We're talking real hardware here, so if I was to switch to this scene right here, And we go right here around this pile of shit right here. And then here is the lovely 286 in action, including the brand new I-287 XL floating point thing, which actually arrived in the mail today. Well, rather I picked it up from the post office today. And then we got the 286 CPU on this little heatsink there. Yeah, we got our ISA cards. You know, we got our Sound Blaster 16 right here on the right-hand side. We got our VGA card right here. And then, you know, we got a serial mouse plugged in. We also got a network interface card because it contains a little, well, that's the wrong thing. Contains a little ROM right here, which allows me to use my compact flash cards. Yeah, there's also a bunch of BIOS ROM chips here as well. But PS2 connection. Well, hold on. It's more like it's going from USB to like PS2 to like AT connection. So yeah, it's kind of a bit of a chain there, but hey, it works. So who am I to argue, really? If it works, shockingly, it actually works better than like a straight like USB connection, which I'm actually like really surprised by. Like the typing rate is like literally is like almost like no delay. It's wild. Oh, thank you, I appreciate it. That's a free one for sure. Yeah, it's a bit of a it's a bit of a DP there. You got to go, unfortunately. All right, no worries. So thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I'll definitely be having fun. Well, as much fun as I can have with like janky ass like old Doom editors that kind of shit the bed when I do anything remotely fancy. But I'll do my best. But thank you. Anyway, so I think what I want to do is I want to let's create a new sector here. Don't want it to be. Yeah, that'll do. We'll do rectangular. Okay. So yeah. This is for those who weren't here yesterday. So this is Geoff Allan's DoomEd, the real thing. TM. Okay, I'm just shit posting the TM, but still. So yeah, I had to. So this is version 4.2. There are earlier versions which do work on which do have like binaries which work on a 286. But thankfully the source code for this version, the last version, was available. And I had loaded up Microsoft Visual C++ on a DOSBox in like Windows 3.1 environment thing. And I was able to fortunately recompile the source code without much trouble to get it to run on the 286. I did strip out the node building and the reject building code. So yeah, it makes it a little bit faster and stuff. Let's see, 128.0, okay. 60, so we want this to be, let's see, 536 and probably like 80. Yeah, so do that. We'll also do 160. Yeah. Okay, 402 and 433. All right, let's do that. I don't know, not 403. 433. Alright, there we go. Okay. So yeah, just gonna add a door here. Very simple, straightforward door. Let's do. Oh wait. Yeah, whatever, that'll work. Alright. So yeah, hopefully, yeah. I'm not sure how much this floating point unit is going to affect this specifically. Though I do know that without a floating point unit, without the i287 XL, DU and Deep will run a shit ton slower. And when I mean a shit ton slower, I mean like moving around the map, zooming in, and that kind of stuff will actually take like 4 times as slow. It will run at like quarter the speed. Like it is that important to like have that. To have a numeric coprocessor or a floating point unit installed in this. Pretty much. Exactly, tuner. Yeah. That has been my whole like my whole mapping process so far with this experiment, is that I will create like a whole map, or well yeah, I'll basically like create a whole map without even playtesting it or like even looking at it or even knowing like how broken it is. And then once it's done, I'll then move it on to like a Windows 7 PC and then just play it. And does it look like your imagination? Yeah, actually, to some extent. My sense of scale is a little bit too... My sense of scale when I'm imagining it is a little bit higher than reality. It's a little bit like larger than reality. But otherwise, yeah, it is mostly, it's mostly there. Hey Amy, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. Good morning. But yeah. Unfortunately, my sense of scale is off. But otherwise, yeah, it is usually pretty spot on. And for anything which I definitely know I have like a good mechanical sense of, as in like you know, how far you can like jump over, you know, like jump across like another platform, then that I have like a real good sense of, so I'm okay with that. As long as I have like a 64 by 64 grid as like a reference, I'm pretty good when it comes to like what can be reasonably done with like, you know, platforming, for example. So that's thankfully not an issue. Hey, oh yeah, 402. Yeah. Good, it's high noon, bro. Let's see. All right, so we'll do this. Let's do 160. I've got a feeling I need to fix up these as well. So alright, let's do that. Let's do D for door. We want door track, lower texture, lower unpegged. This needs to be flipped all the way around, so let's flip this shit. Let's close and... Alright, there we go. It does help that I have a texture viewer though. Having a texture viewer kind of gives me a somewhat good idea of like what I'm pulling off, even if I am like shit posting hard. Let's go with like Big Door 5. Maybe? Yeah, Big Door 5. We'll go that one. We'll go that one. That said, there are two editors, which will be DCAD and also GDR edit, which do not have Yo, hey, thanks for purple badge. Thanks for the 31 bits. Appreciate it. So there are two editors. GDR edit and DCAD, which do not have a texture viewer whatsoever. So with those two, I'm just like free balling hard on like those two. It's like yeah. If I recognize the name, then yeah, sure, that's cool. Otherwise, Cunt's gonna be a little bit fucked otherwise. I'm pretty sure I set like GST line for this, didn't I? I did! Yeah, okay, alright, fuck it, why not? We'll roll this. Okay, so I think I have to set, probably sector set soon. Okay, cool. Let's set this to, I want to say 472. Is that what I'm thinking of? Oh no, 471. Yeah, 471. That'll do. What is this? 433. Alright, we can do that. Okay. Then I kind of need a... Ah, here we go. Okay. So, one thing... 31 bits was a lot easier than 69. True. Alright, so let's see. Did I set this as a door? I did. Okay. I need to add a tag. 2. Perfect. All right, that works. Yeah, you could be tag 2. First off, you need to be flipped around, buddy. So let's do that. Yeah, okay. I'm in the mood to shit press a little bit. So I'm gonna merge these here. I'm gonna move that forward a little bit. There we go. And I figure if I'm gonna go like 994 style with like this like mandatory like secret progression, like hiding shit behind secrets and whatnot, or what could be considered secrets anyway, or just unclear like progression. This seems like the perfect opportunity to do that. As well, I'm not gonna make this like terribly I'm not gonna be making this map like terribly complex or anything. I mean, well, there's nothing stopping me from doing it, but I just have this like, it's like, yeah, I've got a stair builder tool. I'm just gonna build fucking stairs everywhere. Good luck with this, editor. I'm gonna watch some vids and play some games. All right, no worries. Take it easy. Hope you have a good one. All right, so let's do.
It's magic.
Oh, you know it is. Hey Tangra, this is DoomEd. This is Geoff Allan's DoomEd, the real thing. Not to be confused with id Software's DoomEd or Renegade Graphics DoomEd, but no, this is Geoff Allan's DoomEd. We have to make sure that's a very distinct. Has to be very distinct with the DoomEds here because there's 3 of them that exist. We're doomed. We're DoomEd. Oh no. So yeah. I need to be very distinct with like what DoomEd this actually is. Basically. I'm gonna have to open door or raise door. I'm guessing raise door? Yeah, of course, yeah. Sadly, I do not own a Next Step PC. If I was to like actually use like id Software's like DoomEd, I'll probably be emulating. I think MAME has like emulation. I think MAME's able to emulate the Next Step, so that'll be what I'd have to like use. No, it's not a fork. No, it's not a fork. No. The source code for id Software's DoomEd was released in 2015. So, not a fork. Not in the slightest. Not in the slightest, unfortunately. Alright, so let's get mapping. Let's make this 536, make this 16. And this one I can just set the ceiling to whatever. What we got? Yeah, let's do some wood. I need some wood. Alright, there we go, we'll do that. Very one, really now. Let's. Everyone's a fairness. Well, okay. Well, keep in mind this was released in like January 1995, and Windows 95 was released in August 1995, if I recall correctly. So it kind of makes perfect sense. Like it would definitely run on Windows 3.1 because Windows 95 wasn't even out yet. well, I guess like Windows NT was out. So I mean, there could be like Windows NT exclusive like editors. But I have not come across one yet. I have come across OS2 editors though. Very sadly, they require OS2 version 2.x, which requires a 386 at a minimum. So unfortunately, that whole angle is just unfortunately just not viable, unfortunatunfortunately. Well, at least for this project anyway. If I want to like check out, it might be fun to like, I don't know, to check out those like OS2 editors. For like, I kind of like need a reason to like map for it though. Yeah, it can be. It can be. So MAME can emulate next steps, which would allow me to run, which would allow me to run id Software's DoomEd. So that's fine. That's fine. What do I want to use as a thing here? Sure, fuck it, why not? We'll do that. That works. Okay, so these are facing the right way, yes. It's the review to be anyway. Also a Windows version. Good question. I actually don't know about that one. I'm not sure like if like anyone's like tried to like port the source code. I don't think anyone's really touched it. I have no idea. You'll do DU? Yes. Yes. Hell yeah. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see, and that's what I want to hear. I will bring DU to the masses again. I have no problem with that. Why the? Okay, all right. I like the fact that it is doing like automatic Y offset. I'm not gonna touch it because I don't know like how Valley's gonna fuck it up. Bro, are you okay? You just disconnect yourself from the line altogether. Are you okay, bro? Okay, all right. You're okay. You're okay. Okay. I'm not gonna question it. I'm not gonna question it. Do I exit the editor to run the map in DoomEd computer? You know, in regular circumstances, yeah, I would do that. Except there's one little problem. One teeny little problem. See, because I'm running this on a 286, right? Let me demonstrate what happens if I try to run Doom on this PC. So I'm just gonna minimize that. We're gonna go. Let's go main. Let's go into the DOS prompt, yeah. So first off, before anything else, let's do a very quick. Let's run a tool that will show off like the specs of this PC that I'm using. So we've got a 286 that's running at 25 megahertz. We have a 28.7 which is apparently running at 28 megahertz. I think it may be actually running at 27 megahertz. Indeed. All right, let's check out this beauty. Yeah, let's do it. So yeah, we have a 286 over 287. Yeah, I have a feeling it may be running at 27 megahertz. Because I have upgraded from where is that? Oh, I've got it over there. Yeah, I've upgraded from the AMD 80287 to the i287XL. And not only can I run it at a higher clock speed, not only can I run it with a faster crystal oscillator than or a faster oscillated crystal than I was previously, but I now can use a separate oscillated crystal than the CPU and the isobus without like desyncs happening. Because for some reason, if I use like a separate like oscillator crystal for the AMD 287, it would cause desyncs in Wolfenstein 3D benchmark. I don't understand why. But now I can run so now I can use like different like oscillators, and it's completely fine, no problem. And on top of that, I can actually run the 286 a bit faster now. So I was using a 48 megahertz oscillator crystal like all the way through. Now I'm using a 50 megahertz one for the CPU and the isobus, and a 54 megahertz one for the 287. It will actually run the 287 will actually run on a 66 megahertz oscillator crystal, but it runs really bloody hot. So well, it gets a little bit hot to the touch. So it could probably run with like a heatsink. But yeah, it's it is running pretty decently. Yeah, we got let's see, there we go, getting that many whetstones. And I think like the CPU is also going pretty decently as well. Yeah, let's go. I think it was going. Oh wait, no, that was faster because I had the so it was running at 27 megahertz. Anyway, so what happens if I try to run Doom? Let's go to my Doom folder. Yeah, we got let's see, we got Doom.what here. We got Doom.exe here. All right, let's try and run Doom. DOS 16M error. Protected mode available only with 386 or 486. So yeah, unfortunately, I cannot playtest this map at all while I'm working on it. I mean, I can if I switch to like a Windows 7 PC, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be going on. I'm basically just going to map out the entire thing, and once I'm done with it, that's when I'll test it. And if there's any soft locks, or things that'll break like map progression, I'll fix those. If there's missing textures, if there's whole mirrors, if there's open sectors, I don't give a shit. As long as it doesn't like soft lock the player, I don't give a shit. It's basically what I figure is the best way of like taking the approach of like emulating the style of like 1994 maps by just simply not playtesting it, and also using period correct editors as well. I don't know. Pretty much, yeah. I'm basically just like visualizing what I can actually pull off. So yeah. All right, so let's go. I want to say open door. No, not tag 2. But I will set this to. Thankfully, this does come with a texture browser. For be able to like see like textures and like flats. Thanks for showing us the classic space. Hey, no problem. Always happy to help. Let's make this lower unpegged. Well, see, this is I mean, this is like precisely why I'm like mapping like this as well. Is because I have a bit of a habitual effort of I have like a bit of a habitual thing where I just keep continuously like saving frequently, and then then like playtesting the map. So I'm kind of like trying to break that habit, I guess. And I figured this is probably like the best way for me to actually like break that habit by just I'd be like, yeah, okay, I'm okay with that. Like it looks fine, and then I don't get like obsessive with like continuously going in in it like testing the game, that kind of shit. So I don't know. That's how I see it anyway. What can I do? I think I kind of want to get some like more details here, I guess. Oh no. Okay. Alright, so let's carefully make a sector in here, because for some reason I can't make sectors within sectors directly. I have to actually make the sector outside the sector, then I have to drag it into the sector. Thankfully it does automatically make the lines two-sided, but the fact I have to start outside the sector is a bit weird. But oh. Alright, so we're at 536. So I'm gonna go like 568. I'm gonna go 636. I guess I'm gonna like make this also 471. We'll do 160 for the brightness. This is also 433 for the ceiling. Yeah, it was, yeah. Alright. Let's move this in here. Let's do a little bit of that. Also, actually, something which I need to check. Let's see. Yeah, okay, it's all facing that. Alright, excellent. Does that allow me to? No, it doesn't. Okay. We want this to be brown 144. Yeah, it'll do. I think I also forgot to set the level textures for here as well. I probably did, so we'll do it like that. Let's place some things here. Is this gonna be part of a this is gonna be part of a community project? Yes. Yeah. So this is gonna be for this is gonna be for the community, for the Twitch Doom 2 category community project called TWOGERS. Which I am the project lead for. Should be, hopefully if all goes well, should be hopefully releasing the first release next month, hopefully. But yeah, TWOGERS is the sequel to the Twitch Doom 2 category community project, TWOGERS, !TWOGERS. Hello? Stream Elements? Hello? Stream Elements? Hold on, that's weird. Okay, there we go. Okay, all right. Something seems to be broken with my program, which I used to play sounds for. TWOGERS. I probably should set up a command for that. So anyway, yeah. So TWOGERS was a community project made by the Twitch community, basically. Well, the Doom 2 category Twitch community. And has a bit of a slaughtery element to it, if I'm not mistaken. Well, that's an interesting. Yeah, I mean, some maps do have slaughtered elements, but I'd say there's more like, you know, silly gimmicks and like puzzle maps. There's also platforming maps as well. It's basically like a variety like power. It's like a variety like power hour kind of thing. And TWOGERS is going to be a lot more of that. Well, when I say like a lot more, it's going to be a lot more. There's definitely a lot more variety going on in TWOGERS. We also have like more maps. Currently there's 42 maps, plus this one, plus at least a couple others which I'm aware of that people are working on. You saw one map with the with Horde of Cybers and Poogers too extreme for you. Fair enough. I mean that's perfectly fine. I mean, personally with like community projects, especially ones where the restrictions are like fairly loose on like what the mappers can do. They're basically the kind of maps where you're just like, well, you know, if you clearly can't do it, you must just skip it. There's like no shame in like skipping their maps for like where people have like unrestrained desires to shit out nightmare fuel. Probably the nicest way I'm putting it. You check my maps? Oh, thank you. So I made the credits map. I also made map 29, which is a very hardcore puzzle map, to put it lightly. And also what I consider a high effort shitpost. Some people call it the greatest map ever. Some people call it total shit. I'm inclined to like go like either way really. So, either is like a perfectly like valid like you know, way to describe the map, I guess. All right. So if I do like that, right? You like Source Audio stuff? Oh, nice, yeah. What the fuck happened here? Did it seriously just shoot itself again? Oh, wow. This map editor sucks ass when it comes to sector and sector work. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it has completely shit the bed. Bruh, come on. Why? Why is it doing that? Fuck. Alright, whatever. Curiosity is getting the better of me anyway. Look, I am loving it. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not sure what to expect out of this, though. That's basically my main concern. Is I just don't know what to expect out of this. It could be a total disaster. It could break the map. Well, I don't think like this will cause like a soft lock. You know, it's in the middle of like a big room, so it's not gonna cause anything. And even then, like, you know, this part will be like a bench or something. You can't even like walk over anyway. So whatever. Or I am kind of like more really curious of like how it's gonna just shit the bed though. All right, so we got 568. So okay, so I've done a map in What Author. I've done a map in What Ed. Now I'm doing Geoff Allan's DoomEd. And basically, whatever happens next, I basically choose. I let the wheel decide. I let the wheel decide. So I spin the wheel, and then the next editor gets picked for me. I am alternating between DOS and Windows 3.1 editors. So currently there's like a 1 in 3 chance that the next editor could be DEU. It could be Deep. It could be EdMap. 7. Okay, hold on. So there's 6 left. There's 6 left, which I'm going to be doing for like the main part of the map, and then the final part of the map. I'm explicitly using a very specific editor for that one because it's total dog shit. It's actually fucking dog shit. It's completely dog. It's complete dog shit. To put it as nicely as possible. Like, it is complete fucking ass, and I am going to hate every single second of me using it. But I'm going to use it anyway. Against better judgment. I'll leave it at 200. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so if I move into here, oh yeah, it's gonna be an unmitigated disaster, and I'm gonna love it. It's somehow slow. It's somehow worse to use than like anything I've. It is by far the worst like editor I've stumbled upon, and I'm impressed that such a thing even exists. I think I've already textured this, didn't I? Yeah, I did. No, I'm just gonna do it again because why not? Also don't need this vertex here either. I can merge that one. And well, oh yeah. So what? Yeah. So yeah. The editor I'm referring to is called GDR Doom Editor. And I had to recompile it to work on a 286. On top of that, I had to fix the source code as well, because the source code that was inside the zip was broken, like was actually broken. So I had to fix that up. And even then, I think I actually do need to like recompile it anyway, because I think I disabled floating point code in that. When I was trying to figure out like how to compile the fucking thing. So yeah, I will have to like recompile that, which would be pretty easy for me to do anyway. It's such a stupidly simple like editor, like code wise, that it would take like half a minute to like recompile. Oh no! It's not that it might crash. It's just that it's so bare bones that it has no features. It has precisely 0 quality of life features, like precisely 0. It apparently has a grid, but I don't think it works from my testing. I actually don't think it actually functions at all, or even does anything. So whatever I'm building won't be like snap to grid at all whatsoever. It'll just be complete freeform. Yeah, I don't know what other horrors to expect at this point, but it's gonna be something. No, it is a Windows 3.1 editor. It is a Windows 3.1 editor. What sector is this even referring to? Definitely not that one. Definitely not this one. Has this become a line with like no side? 216. Okay. What is sector 216? Oh, okay, this is back of that one. Okay, all right, that makes sense. All right. Gridless, good name for a map. Well, so basically what I'm doing is I'm basically creating like 10 sections in 10 different map editors, and I'm merging them all together into a single map. The map is called Ghost of 286 Past. Hence why I'm using a 286 to actually do the mapping. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure what. I'm not sure. Oh fuck! I gotta be careful with this editor. This editor is like stupidly sensitive, and I don't like it. Thank you, amigo. Appreciate it. I think I just set this like wood free, and also. This the wood free, and then I hope for the best. Yeah, I think that's what I need to do. Let's define this as like two-sided. Oh yeah. I have highlighted the first few streams. I have to like go back and highlight the rest of them. And also take out a few things that may have like slipped through, which may have accidentally slipped through, like a few random things, like Discord PMs, that kind of stuff. They may have like slipped by for a second, so I have to like take those out to highlight. But yeah, nah, it's all good otherwise. There isn't really much to cut out from the VOD, so it's all good. The results of like alt tabbing incorrectly. Shit happens, you know. About names of choosing MIDI maps. Yeah, that's fair enough. Choosing songs I find to be pretty easy. Generally like I'll have like a specific idea in mind, like general like idea in mind, like how I want the theme of the map to be. And I had actually chosen the song already for this map before I even started like working on it. But I will be using MuseInfo to have like extra songs. MIDI doesn't play. MIDI playback has always been a crapshoot with Slate anyway. Just because of like how MIDI like works in like Windows 7 Plus. It's just a crapshoot anyway. So I wouldn't be like surprised with that. I wouldn't worry about it personally. So I don't know if this is gonna be like anything. I don't know if this is gonna like work or not, but all right, there we go. That should be fine. Alright, let's make another sector. This time it's gonna be 568 and 636. We're gonna make this. Let's see, floor 71. We're gonna make this floor 33. Yes, make this 160, and then we're going to. That should do. Because I don't trust like actually, oh, fuck it. Yellow once, eh? Okay, so that looks like it's that looks like that's like 56 units, so that should be easily wide enough. All right, you know what? Fuck it. You only YOLO once, I say. And if this editor's already doing like dumb shit like this, I might as well just like go full ham in this, alright? First off, just as a bit of a precaution, I'm gonna save, even though I don't necessarily need to. But you know, just to be on the safe side. So let's see, building the block map? Hell yeah. Alright, cool. Alright. But don't worry, I saved.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
At least 15 times. All right, so if I had to, yeah, I thought that was gonna happen. All right, you know what's like really funny about this like editor though? If somehow I can like completely detach lines, and it doesn't, and it seems to be okay with that. I'm a little bit concerned about that, but that kind of like helps me with fixing up some of some of these like weird ass issues when I merge like sectors and it decides to make this line face outwards into the void. Eureka? Yeah. Eureka and Linux, hey. You know what the funny thing is? It does use FLTK for the UI. I'm kind of curious if that could be compiled in Windows 98, and if I can like recompile Eureka with like MingW or something to make it like Win 98 compatible, because then we'd be onto something there. That would be like really sweet to like pull off and whatnot. So it just like flat out just removes the texture altogether. I love it. We're after. Right, why is this at two-sided? Hold up. Hold up. Oh, there you go. Does this have a map check? It does have a check map. Okay, interesting. I wanna know what my problems are. Tell me what my problems are. How many are there? How long is this gonna take? That's probably the first question. Invalid front below texture. Invalid front below texture? Missing front? Okay, alright. Wow, where is this okay, so like thanks for telling me. Thanks for telling me that there's like issues, but where are these issues? Like what the fuck? This is useless. Like, thanks, I guess. Fuck it. I'm not even bother looking for it. Fuck it. Okay, good to know they exist. Thank you, appreciate it. Like, come on. No, it may select it though, so I might like zoom out and take a look and take like a bit of a closer look there. I might have to take a closer look. So if I did a zoom all and refocused. I'm sorry, what? When did I make this sector? Oh, was that when I clicked on duplicate like a while back? Okay, and it just threw itself all the way here for reasons. All right, whatever. Okay, so if I focus on like this part specifically. Made it while sleepwalking? Okay. Okay, yeah. It is, okay, yeah. It is actually pointing to the textures, so that's cool. Well, sorry, it is pointing to the lines, sorry. So that's useful. Yeah, it does highlight, but it would have been nice if it like actually centered on the, oh, here we go. Okay. Yeah, someone's missing the above texture. Okay. I see. Wait, missing back above texture? Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense, actually. Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course it's missing the back above texture because I can't seem to edit the second line def, you fucking dingus. I can't do shit about that. Yeah, no, there's not a lot I can do about that. I'm just gonna have to accept that, and yeah. Shit happens there. Well, blur, send poise. Did I set the sector height higher here? 128, okay. Yeah, okay. Alright, at least this one I can fix. So that's fine. Let's sort that one out. There we go. Alright. I love the Tesla sector? Wait, hold on. What Tesla sector? What Tesla sector? What? That one? Yes? Which one? That one? What's that one? Mate, are you tickling me in a way? Are you being a funny? Did I make a Tesla logo? That was not intended. I just like that shape. It looks nice. Kinda? Oh no. Alright, I'll probably have to fix that then. That's just a little bit too cringe for my liking. Well, yeah, I'll probably just leave it because I like the shape. It looks nice. Make it more like it. I don't even know what it looks like. So I don't know. I'm a bit too lazy with that one. For extra cringiness. We're doing sector art now all of a sudden on a 286. I guess if someone has a 256 color PCX image of the Tesla logo, but yeah, maybe I can make it happen. Feel free to provide one if possible. Yeah, we could probably make it work. I could probably open up and like paint on this, and then like alt tab between the stuff, and yeah, could make it work. Could make it work. Let's see, what else do I want to do? I'm sorry, but that's a PNG. I cannot accept PNG. Well, Windows. I don't think I have an image video for like Windows 3.1 that will accept PNGs. But if you have a PCX, I'll love that personally. I can probably accept like TGA files as well. Also probably GIF, probably. But PCX would be preferred because okay, why not? Okay, part of me wants to like throw like a thing here. There we go. Ah, why is this category called Fred? What the fuck? What is who and why is Fred? Big tree. That's what's awesome. No, not armor green. Block big tree. There we go. All right, we'll just leave that there. A single tree, in this like little bar thing or whatever. All right, let's move on. Now we've got our little thing going on here. Let's do this rectangular. Let us keep going with this stupid idea I've got going of like having like stairs. This little simple gimmick is just basically just stairs and more stairs, basically. Well, I think that's what I'm gonna be like doing a lot of because of the fact that I have a stair builder. And it excites me, the possibilities I can do with stairs. 140? No, we're on 136, so 672. Is it 672? 136. Yeah. That pans out. Okay, so let's make this 402. What did I set for this as the flat 5-1? Yeah, of course. All right. Something which I probably should like experimenting with, like to make my life a little bit easier, is the fact that this editor has styles for defining for predefining like how you create sectors. How you texture your sectors. I kind of like want to like utilize that for like creating stairs. Oh, hang on. Does I'm just gonna let's do steps. Okay, yeah, I can't define the style here. Okay, never mind. That might be a bit too fucky wucky. Yo, Kenny! Good morning! How fucking generic, yeah. So Kenny, today I received a Intel i287 XL. So now I have enhanced floating point power in this thing. It's running like, oh, let me see. On the Twitter thread, let's see. It's let's see. I was getting that previously on NSSI. I was getting 832 kilo whetstones per second with the old AMD 287. So 832. And now we're getting 1,171. So that's like what? 340, like roughly 340 kilo whetstones faster. So I'm gonna say it's like roughly like 35, 38%, 40% faster floating point calculations. I know for a fact it will definitely affect the performance of Deep and DEU. I'm not sure about like other like editors though. What offers seem to be a little bit faster, a little bit. Would have been nice to like have that previously, but not sure how the other editors pan out. I'm expecting like no performance improvements with the Visual Basic trash, and I'm okay with that. How wide is this? Like 120, ain't it? Yeah, we'll go with that. Let's go with that. All right, so let's build stairs. About like I don't know, yeah. Let's build stairs. We're starting off at 536. AMD sucks. Okay, so yes, and for multiple reasons. So you remember how I mentioned that when I was using like a separate oscillator crystal for the 287, it was causing desyncs in the Wolfenstein 3D benchmark demo thing. I no longer have that issue with the Intel i287 XL. So I can now run the FPU and the CPU at like asynchronous with asynchronous oscillator crystals, and and there's like no issues whatsoever. I can also now run the 286 at 25 megahertz a second instead of 24 megahertz a second. Sorry, no, so why am I saying a second? I can now run the 286 at 25 megahertz compared to 24 megahertz because certain things like DOS Navigator and also the help file for Deep would generate invalid opcodes on FreeDOS. When I was using the AMD 287, but now with the i287 XL, I don't have that problem anymore. So I've got like what 33%, like at least like a third faster in like floating point calculations, and like an extra like 4 to 5% in like general performance. I can probably like run it up to like 27 megahertz, like the main CPU if I wanted to. I'm a little bit iffy about the isobus. I would have to like be careful of that. I could probably run the CPU and the floating point unit as high as 33 megahertz, but I'm not gonna do that. It seems a little bit dangerous. For like longevity, and the last thing I want is another exploding motherboard. I don't want another 286 dying by explosion. So let's go like 830. Exactly. Yeah. I definitely don't want. I definitely don't want magic smoke, or you know, with the whole RAM chip situation. You know, quite a few months back, with one of the RAM chips literally exploding. Well, it didn't like burst anything, but it did have a noticeable bang to it. So, yeah, none of that anymore. Thankfully, well, hopefully none of that anymore. If all goes well. Okay, cool. The fact it didn't, oh god, don't tell me it. Did it actually just like completely fail to, hopefully not? Okay, I think I fixed it. Yeah, I think I did. Okay, all right, that's fine. Oh shit! I forgot to set a section. Yeah, fuck. I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. All right. If I've got like a wood thing going on here, I'm also go like wood all the way. Yeah. Let's go wood free. So what's with the dots? As in like these? These represent a 64 by 64 grid. I can separately enable the grid lines for snap to grid, but that I've noticed that causes like redraws to be like way too slow, so I've just got it disabled. It's just easier for me to just have like the 64 by 64 grid and just like work with that instead. That seems a lot more easier to like work with, so it's a bit of a win-win there. Oh yeah, Kenny, you want to happen to like? Actually, I'll message you like after stream. Because I'm just kind of like randomly curious why I got like 2 follows, like 10 hours ago. And it seemed like it came from the retro community of all things, and I never got, and there was like no like shout out notification that I got, so I have no idea how people just like randomly followed me out of the blue, but it was interesting to see that. Oh shit, what am I doing? Oh boy, I gotta stop fucking up. I didn't know about your madness. Fair enough. Yeah. It was Adam who. Adam was like one of the people who followed me, and someone else did. So whatever you did, thank you for the promotion. I appreciate it. All right, let's see. Yeah, that's looking good, I guess. Hey, Achievement Slayer, how's it going? Ooh, hello. Alright, so... Let's see, I set those to step 4. Yeah, fuck it, I'll just leave it like that. And I think this is gonna be... Yeah, okay. Set to 629. Alright, yeah, fuck it. Alright. That's cool. Let's zoom to previous, and... let's make this, like, relatively... Yeah, it's a bit easier to work with. Alright, cool. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, there we go. Let's go with... You were listed on the recommended channels section while I was talking to an offline chat I hang out in. Oh, cool, thank you. Hey, that's cool. Well, it was actually funny. A few days ago, well, it's probably like the first time I've ever had I've had a viewer come from homepage recommendations without anyone ever rating me. So I think that's actually kind of like an achievement of itself right there. The fact that that's probably like the first time I've had that happen while streaming. So, which was cool to see. Because it means, does it mean I've made it as a streamer? Does it mean I'm on the, does it mean I have the trajectory to go partner? Maybe? I mean, for one, I have to like stream frequently, and I'm already bad at doing that, so I don't know. I like the idea, like, amuses me though, that I somehow made it to homepage recommendations. It's cool to see that. Been getting involved in watching a lot of Doom 2 streamers. Oh, awesome! Hell yeah, cool, sweet. Yeah. So the map I'm working on now is actually for the Twitch Doom 2 category community project, TWOGERS. So no, you want cyber recognition? Fair enough. Yeah, no, that's fine. No, I've had precisely one viewer, and that was from like a few days ago. Where that happened. Without anyone like rating me throughout the whole stream, which was surreal to see. I do see like other recommendations a fair bit though. So which I imagine was which I think is what the sidebar recommendations are. I think I'm not sure what the terminology is with Twitch in that regards, but I don't know. It was cool to see that. So yeah, anyway, so basically this is for the Twitch Doom 2 category community project TWOGERS, which is the sequel to the Twitch Doom 2 category community project PWGERS, exclamation mark PWGERS. Let me, there we go, do that. So, so basically, so TWOGERS will be coming out, soon, TM. Hopefully, if all goes well, sometime next month. And basically, it's just a bunch of us, absolute shitposting nutcases from the Twitch community, just shitting out whatever we want, basically. It could be slaughter maps, it could be platforming, it could be just weird gimmicky shit. But I have been, so I am the project leader, and also, I'm the project leader for that. And I can definitely say with a very absolutely 100% unbiased opinion that it's going to be very good shit when it comes out. We got yeah, slaughter maps. So derivative. There isn't too many slaughter maps. At least I don't think anywhere. I've kind of lost count actually. Considering there's like currently 42 maps, plus this one, plus a couple others which I know are in progress. It's definitely not entirely slaughter at all. It's probably like maybe like I want to say 1/5 slaughter. There is but there's definitely a lot of wacky shit going on. And thanks for the follow as well, appreciate it. But yeah, PWGERS had won a Kako Award last. Well, okay, when I say won a Kako Award, it's more like a special mention. So it was technically like a bronze Kako Award, which was pretty cool. Which was pretty cool to see. So hopefully, this time around, if all goes well, I might be able to go silver this time. Yes, hoping. Alright, so that's you like the Kako Awards? Hell yeah. First off, what's the height of this one? 902! Alright, we're going places with this. Let's go. 902. Negative 160. Oh, get her off me, please! Oh no! What is that? What is that? Why are they numbing? Oh no! Sadly, my maps tend to be very less monster-centric and more puzzly. I tend to do the more puzzly stuff. So I don't generally have weapons for you to deal with that. I'm sorry. Yeah, we'll leave that at 200 brightness. That's fine. All right, let's make a more puzzle. Got it. Hell yeah, noting that. All right, let's do that. Will it run on GZ Doom? No. So PWGERS was originally targeting was explicitly targeting Broom compatible ports, like actual Broom compatible ports. So we're talking DSDA Doom, PR Broom Plus, Wolf, yeah. So those were like the main three that were being targeted for PWGERS. For TWOGERS, like basically a lot of maps will break in GZ Doom, and we had zero intention of fixing it. Because we had explicitly designed it for another source port. The same is going to happen here with TWOGERS, but I expect that less stuff will break because of the fact we're using what's referred to as MBF21, which doesn't have as like many like engine bugs as like the original Broom source port did. So there may be a better chance of like stuff working, but once again, there's like absolutely like zero guarantees on whether it will work or not. I do know like at least like one map has a part that's like broken in GZ Doom, which does actually work as intended on like DSDA Doom or like Wolf. But yeah, GZ Doom is explicitly not being targeted. It's not. I may have like put in a few things to like prevent like the first map of Progress to run in GZ Zoom properly. I may have intentionally broke the map with GZ Zoom. And I probably might do the same. Oh, actually, I'm not gonna really enforce it this time, but I kind of want to. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. All right. So with that all done, this should have. Yes, excellent. You don't need a texture. So you're fine as is. All right. The rest of these are what step. Oh wait, did I hold on? Didn't I define the? I did. Oh. Okay. Right. All right. So make sure like all of these are set. This is definitely, it's still definitely processing this whole, yeah. I do find it interesting that when I drag and select, it will process every single line def that's in the map. And when I deselect, it does the same thing as well. Yeah, I literally can't do anything until this is done. Which kind of is a slight cause of concern. Just a slight one. How wide is this? This is greater than 128 units, so I want to like probably make this a little bit nicer there. Yeah, fuck it, elder. So that should be, yeah, like 112-ish from the looks of it. All right, let's make a sector here. We're after. What are we after? 902, and also we're after 902 and 809. Yeah, fuck it. All right, that sounds good. Let's do that. 902, 809. All right, so just drag this out a little bit. There we go. Alright, let's make some sectors. Starting from 809. That's an important number there. Let's do. About like yay long. Let's make some steps. So we're starting off at 809. We want to go up to 98, I guess. We want to make this 21. Let's add like 3. Yeah, there we go. All right, that's looking good. What do I want to use for this? Skin mat 1. Yeah, that'll do. Oh god, I love stair building. Oh, so easy. So good. Oh jeez, this is gonna take forever to do all this shit. Ugh! It's just gonna get progressively worse, isn't it? Slight cause for concern, but probably not too bad. Okay. So we got all that. So once again, let's drag all these. I've got a feeling like there's gonna be like a point where I just need to stop drag selecting to select stuff, and I just need to just select whatever I need. Because eventually it's gonna be like a bit too time prohibitive. Which I ain't a fan of personally. I was not off the seal 5 one, we're off the flat 5 one. Also set this to 160 as well. What am I going to use for this? Flat 3? Flat 3 feels a little bit too boring. What we got? Yeah, there we go. Now we're cooking. All right, that'll do. Yeah, waiting for this to like go for like every single line def is slightly painful. But yeah, it doesn't have a problem with this though. It seems to be exclusively when I select sectors instead of line depths. Interesting that it does that. I'm actually kind of wondering, kind of like wondering if there's like a part of me is always tempted to like fuck around with the source code to see if I can like disable that. Because that would be like a significant like, okay, no, I should not be fucking around with the source code apart from like removing like node building stuff. So no, I will have to deal with like all the quirks that this has. Yeah, that's sort of like the best thing really. All right, there we go. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna need to do is, first off, we need a sector right here. We're gonna make this rectangular. First off, what is the height of this? 64. Okay, cool. Excellent. All right, so let's make this -160, -160. We're gonna make this blood. We're also gonna make this blood. We're gonna set the tag to 3. We're gonna set this to 160. Yeah, that should do. These also need to be set to 160 as well. All right, let's fix this up. Oh, crap, it just does that regardless. Okay. I wonder what that's even doing and why it's doing it. I feel like that's like a performance enhancement that could probably, if I can like somehow like bypass that, that could be a performance enhancement. Like not having like certain. I'll think about it. Anyway, 160. Let's do that. I was already set to 160. Excellent. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, set to grey one. All right. Okay, so let's put this here. Let's put this here. And whoops. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Okay, cool. All right, so let's flip my shit, please, and thank you. And excellent, cool. All right. I will set this to upper unpegged. I'm not gonna really bother too much about like that stuff. That should be fine. All right. How far do we need to go? We got a fair while to go. Okay. All right. So. All right. Yeah, this is getting stupidly high now. That's perfect. All right. Let's make a. I'll make this a bit longer. Let's go rectangular. Let's set a vertex here and here, and then that should be fine. All right. So the sector height here is 1477. All right, Nosen. 1477 -160. We're gonna set this to blood 1. Perfect. All right. Let us. Oh, got it. Okay. All right, join those two together. Very good. All right. I think what I'm gonna do. Let us. Why? why do I have the ability to move a line? When I move a line, it will just move the line itself and create vertices, I guess? Alright, so let's do this. Let's do this. Let's create a sector. Let's create a sector right around here. It's rectangular. Alright, that's gray tool, isn't it? Okay. Alright. Let's set this to 96. Let's set this to -160. Let's set this to blood 1. And we'll set the brightness to 128. And we'll close that. Okay, I think I'm just using like a, yeah, I just got lazy there. All right, cool, that's fine. All right, I'll move that there. Yeah, we'll just do it like that, that's fine. And there we go. Excellent. All right. All right, we'll create a sector here. And this one will be -160, -160. So much well, I mean, I'm kind of going a bit like freeform of like ideas of like what I want to do with this map. I have like very loose ideas in my head and nothing really solid. I'm just basically just throwing. I'm quite literally just like throwing lines together, and just seeing how it rolls. Basically, if it works, cool. If it doesn't, well, shit happens, I guess. All right, so we set that to 128. Oh wait, we can set a tag, can't we? That we can. We want tag free explicitly. All right, and then put that there. Put that there. Excellent. Then I believe. Yeah, perfect. All right, so. Let's flip my shit and whoops. One more thing I actually want to do. Yeah, cool. Okay. It does add line depth flags as a it does add to the existing flags and doesn't replace them, so that's cool. All right, let's while I'm at it, I'll just do these. I'll set them to. Let's do door stop. Now let's do door track. Not door yellow. Door track. Thank you. All right, there we go. Excellent. Let's do a little bit of texture in here. I feel like because I'm in the mood for it. Which one do I want? Which one? Oh, actually, I know what I want. I know what I want. Skull wall. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do. Boys. And then over here and here. We'll also set it to skull wall. Okay, perfect. Okay. Should do it. Okay. So now with this in mind, think what I want to do is, I guess like I can jump into like a different like room here, and then just like, have like one vertical jump going along here, and then it just leads here. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, that works. Okay. Okay. Let's do a dumb idea time. Let's zoom into like there roughly. Yeah, that'll do. All right. Let us create a sector. Let's go rectangular. I think I want to make this like tall enough so you can like reliably jump into it. I don't want it to be too much of a dickish thing. Oh, who am I kidding? We'll just set it to that. That should be sufficient. Yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. 160. Okay. Oh, wow, this is... Sector editing seems to be a bit interesting. Like it seems to cause like a fair amount of lag, unnecessary lag, with needing to, for some reason, check every line depth in existence for some purpose, which kind of eludes me at the moment. Alright, let's make this even more a bit wonky and just do some non-orthogonal shit like that. Alright, there we go. Wait on, do I have to? Oh, hold on, before I proceed with this further, do I have any line textures here? No, we're just using grey one. Alright, let's... Please do not like randomly disconnect lines, please, and thank you. Can I try it again? I get slightly concerned about the fact that we'll just like pop off lines like that. I'm also kind of tempted to like abuse that as well. Ooh. Mob face? Yeah, we'll just go with mob face for now, that's fine. Alright, let's draw some more lines here. Do a little bit of that. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, alright, time to create another room. Make this 128 in brightness as well. I got a feeling, I'm just gonna go back a little bit here. Oh, you stupid thing. This is why. Yeah, I don't really like the fact that the scroll. I have to actually use the scroll bar to like move around, because for some reason it just decides to arbitrarily set like how far I can scroll with like, you know, clicking like a page and that kind of stuff. So if I want to go beyond that, I have to just keep clicking the like the left arrow here, which is dumb. I don't necessarily understand why it does that, but oh well. Let's make that 176. That's still 160. Alright, cool. Okay, yeah, so setting that's like 128 seems like a good idea. So where are we? We're 130. We're socket 1366 and 1286. Hey, All right. Let's draw a sector here. We also want to make it also 1366 in height. And also 1286 in height, and we're gonna make this. We're gonna bump up brightness a little bit, make it 160. Yeah, that sounds about right. What was it? T-light 6.5 was actually. I'll go that one. Shit, I forgot what I used as the flat here. Flat 5.1 again. I'm gonna change that. What we got? Flat 5.8. Yeah, fuck it, that works. Alright, let's make this also flat 5.8 as well. Okay, let's get drawing into this. Oh god, why is it? This just seems pointless to have that feature, but whatever. Also, it's like trying to like recalculate like lines, that kind of stuff, and like whether they should be what sectors like what the sector index of like what all the lines are meant to be. It would be nice if I could like change that, like change the sector index for side depths, so I can fix up whatever those fucked up copy and movement sector drags I did like earlier. All right, so what do I want to do here? I have an idea.
You ready to keep some ads?
I do actually. Alright. Let's do awful idea number, I don't know, we're up to now, 12, I guess, for this map. So let's make a sector. Oh shit, did I? Yeah, okay, I did. Excellent, cool. Alright, so let's make this 1366. We want to make this 12. Let's say 86 minus 64 will be 22. Yeah, that'll do. I've had a complete and total brain fart for what I set for the ceiling. What was it again? Flat 5.8. That's right. All right, let's set this to flat 5.8. All right, excellent. All right, so let's put this in the middle here, and then. I like it. It's creating vertices. Perfect. All right, let's do a little bit of. Yeah, those look nicely tight. So actually, I can probably make them even more tighter and annoying. There we go. All right, yeah, that'll do. Alright, so what I need to do is I forgot to set this to be damage. Super Hell Slime. Oh, I love that description. Perfect. Very perfect. Alright, so we'll do that. I should have expected better from this. Well, why? Alright. So I think what I want to do, I think I want to like really expand this like a fair bit. So we'll do a little bit of that. Yeah, that should cover it. Yeah, I should do it. Alright. Alright, so we want to... do this absolutely awful mess of a section here. And then what I want to do, is put a vertex here. I want to then do that, and then I also want to put a vertex here. Then I want to merge that. It's probably gonna shit the bed, but that's okay. I'm gonna drag this out to about like that length. I'm gonna then drag this out to about here. Yeah, that'll do. Oh wow! For once that actually flipped in the right direction I wanted it to. All right, perfect. Okay. Excellent. Yeah, that should be sufficiently evil of a setup here. Alright, so let's set this to switch one brown. Yeah, that'll do. I need to create the tag first, don't I? I have to create the tag through. I have to create new tags by defining it with the sector, which is a little bit weird. Compared to like UDB's like rather like freeform, you know, you can just define a tag from either a line or a sector. But where here you have to like explicitly do it from a sector. But I guess at the same time, what that is the reverse, where you implicitly define a tag from a line and then you select the sectors when you have the line selected. So very different ways of like being able to like specify like, you know, sector and line def tags. Rather, it's definitely a weird to see like very opposite like implementations of that. Right, let's set up a sector here. Let's set the vertex. How wide is that? Yeah, that looks good enough. Well, actually. I was gonna join the sector to like this line here, but this one's looking a lot more enticing. For that truly awfulness there. So what we got? We got 1366 and 1286. Alright. So let's make this 1358 and 1266. We want to set it to that. We want to set it to flat 5/8. We want to set the brightness to 128. We can make this 170. We can make this 176, and we can make this, oh, let's say 160. That'll do. Alright, then it would be really nice if I knew what the duplicate feature did. Well, I mean, I kind of know what it does, but it just yeets shit like some random position in the map, which kind of seems a bit counterintuitive, if you ask me. 1286, 1286. We want to set this to flat 20. Want to set this to T-light 65. Want to set this to 160. Then we create a tag, we set this to 4, and then close. Alright, that should do. And then, Yeah, I hit the right one. That's excellent. All right, so we want to do, I'm guessing switch once. Is one of after open door? Makes sense. Set this to tag 4. All right, excellent. And then we want to flip this. We want to get rid of this because we don't need this. We want to set this to skull. Yeah, I like that. What do I set for the textures here? Gray 1? No, we can't be having that. Mob face. All right. All right, let's set this to. I want to say marble 2. Marble 1? No, we can't have that. Wait, hold on. There's no upper texture set here. Never mind. And then for this, he's all facing the wrong way for one, so. Alright, let's flip my shits and close. Below a higher floor. Stone. I like stone. It's a good texture. Okay. So now with that all done, this needs to be flipped. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, it's facing the right way. Excellent. All right, cool. Let's set this through marble 2. You'll do that. Oh, stop doing that, you absolute... Why would you do that, you actual fucking piece of shit? There we go. We'll stitch it back together. You'll be fine. Alright. Okay. So... probably should double check the sector brightness. Yeah, that's 160. Good. This is also 160. Excellent. All right, cool. Let's create a sector. Didn't have to be that big, but that's okay. 1286. We also want 1358. Yeah, 72. That'll do. That'll do. All right, let's. Let's grab that and. Alright, there we go, perfect. Okay, this should be set to... Let's go wood skull and close. And then in here. Let's use light 4. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool, perfect. All right, let us do that. Let's draw another sector. And this one, actually, hold on, just need to double check the brightness. Yeah, okay, let's fix that up. Okay, and then we'll make this 128. TI66. We're at 1286 floor height. Ceiling is going to be 1374. Sure, why not? We'll just go with that. I'll roll that. Okay. Let's start building the stairs. So we'll do this. You've been taking a wide break from the broader team community because of recent events. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. 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 It's a bit of a weird situation right now with you know what went down and whatnot. Yo, hey, Bite, how's it going? Good morning. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Let's say we'll go about like yay long. Steps. We want to go north. Lowest height is 1286. Let's set step height to I don't know, 16. Yeah, that'll do. Then we want to set it to 1604. 74, 54, 44, 34. Yeah, that'll do. It actually can be Sean 2. Yeah, Sean 2 will do. Alrighty, then we got our little stuff here. Good shit. Alright, I'm just gonna. You actually was it the first stream? Huh. Okay, fair enough. Interesting. Huh. Wait, hold on. Someone else did a shout out command? Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Well, thank you. Well, thanks nonetheless for the promotion. I'm all for it. Ah, MacLad. Yeah. He did follow me recently, so that does make sense. Yeah. And I've seen him around in Mac's streams as well. I think I have seen him in Mac streams. Pretty sure. Or maybe it was like maybe it was Dr. CD. Maybe it was like Dr. CD CS's stream. I know I've definitely seen them. I've definitely seen the name somewhere. Probably MZizzy's stream as well, or like Zonnefeld's. Alright, so with all these... Black Brown should get to Act 3 on Hardcore mode on Diablo 2. Nice! Let's say, actually, we don't do that. Yeah, that's right, it was that. Yeah, M483. All right. Do you find it a bit tedious that it does this, whatever this is doing, like a stash was so hilariously small on standard Diablo 2? Oh, really? Oh, he's playing with the expansion pack loaded. Oh, okay, fair enough, fair enough. Alright, so let's see that. That's the one I'm after? Yeah, that's what I'm after. Alright, good. Alright, let's go floor. Fuck, what am I even after? What did I even I don't even recall what I even said as the fucking step section. Oh, whatever. Yeah, that'll do. 128. Oh, I don't believe I've set side textures yet. I haven't. So I'll get to that soon enough. Let's see. I think these are also set incorrectly with the yeah, fuck it. I'll take the penalty hit, I guess. I haven't played. Fuck. The last time I played Diablo, last time I actually made an actual effort of playing Diablo 2 would have been. I don't even know. I actually do not even know. Huh. Part of me wants to say like mid 2000s, late 2000s, early 2000s, somewhere in that. Of all the Russia streamers I started around with, that makes sense. That makes sense. Well, I've not seen Emmy stream from 286 though. I've seen her stream from 386, but not a 286 though. Am I cutting my niche into the retro category by using a 286? Fuck yeah, I'm okay with that. Fuck, I would happily make that part of my brand. Especially because I love just seeing how far you can actually go with this goddamn CPU. Tell Russia can suck it. I agree, Miyagi. And hello, good morning. I hope you're doing well. I have, Miyagi, get this. I spent money to shitpost more efficiently. I actually got a hardware upgrade for this. The hardware upgrade I got specifically was for the floating point math coprocessor, otherwise known as the 287. So the 286 is obviously like the main CPU and that kind of stuff. But back in the old days, back before the Pentiums, and technically like back before the 486, but that's a bit convoluted. But so with like 386s and like 286s and the original like 8088s, they used to have a they never had like floating point math in the actual like main processor itself. They had like integer math, obviously, but you know, floating point math was like, you know, too computationally expensive. So what you could do was you could put in a coprocessor, which was purely designed to do floating point mathematics. So I ended up buying a Intel i287 XL. From a reputable Chinese seller on like eBay, who I've bought like a few like CPUs from before, so I do trust them to be not like sell like fake stuff. So the floating point coprocessor is now doing floating point math at 33 to like 40% faster than it was previously, which is funnily enough only relevant for SimCity, CAD programs, and Doom map editors that work on a 286. I literally downloaded a better, no, not a CPU, a FPU, a floating point unit, okay? A coprocessor even, a numeric coprocessor, depending on what the BIOS says. So yeah. I literally downloaded it. Yeah. So say for okay, I'll just show you an example because I actually have one like literally sitting in that chair there. So I'm just gonna like derail for a couple of minutes here. So here we go. Okay, so here is a 386 motherboard right here, with your beautiful like ISA slots here. You have your 30-pin RAM here. You have your L2 cache on the motherboard rather than inside the CPU. So yeah, so basically the main thing here is that we have. So here is the 386 processor right here. And right here is the floating point unit, or the 387, or the numeric coprocessor. So basically, so normally you would obviously need this to actually turn on the PC, but this is basically like an optional thing, unless programs like explicitly require it, like say Quake 1 for example. And there are actually some games which will run on a 386 but do require there are some like other games like almost entirely like first-person shooters that do require this this floating point unit as well to be in the system, otherwise it'll just refuse to run. Do they have additional slots of pins? As in the cache? Yeah, these are all socketed. All these cache ramps. Oh, this? Oh no, this is pretty easy. It's just I'll also just do a little bit of like these are socketed, so I could just basically do that to pull it off. There we go. And then wait. And then I can just slot it in back like that. Corchet? Corchet? Who the fuck pronounces it Corchet? Huh? Are they British? I mean, as a former British convict, that sounds British. Corchet. Corchet. What? We need more 386s on Twitch? I both agree, but I also would like to see more representation of 286s. Because I mean yeah, I personally would prefer to represent 286s, but I do respect having more 486s in general on Twitch, because 486s are pretty much like 486s are like further like synonymous with tech tubers and like retro tech tubers, that kind of shit. Correct, yes. So quick question. Yes, they were. Yeah. So, yo, Mac, good morning. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so, were floating point calculation included mainline CPUs by the time Quake came out? Yes. So, 486s, okay, so most 486s, but not all of them, do have a floating point unit. So 486 DX CPUs do have a floating point, and 486 SX CPUs don't have a floating point. But the next CPU after that was the Pentium, and the Pentium had the floating point built into the CPU. Had like floating point math built into the CPU. And Pentiums were originally released in 993. So by the time Quake was released, the top of the line CPU would have been Pentium Pros, but they were generally like workstation or like server class CPUs at the time. So I want to say it would have been like a Pentium 133, like around that time. like a Pentium like 133 megahertz would have been like the top of the line CPU around the time Quake was released. Maybe a Pentium like 120, like 133, somewhere around there. So yeah. So I believe Ricky's here is streaming Pentium. Yeah, he generally streams with a Pentium MMX, if I recall correctly. Like a Pentium X MMX 233 megahertz, or like a 166 or something like that. Whereas I'm like, hey, I've got a Cyrix, I'm gonna use a Cyrix. I don't, floating point performance doesn't matter. I've got a Cyrix. I don't give a shit about floating point. No, I'm okay with Quake running like 2/3 of the speed of a Pentium. It's cool. Oh my god! It's my favorite Tysoner. Hey Petcha, how's it going? Mobo 3D played in 286s? Yeah, true. Yeah, actually, Kenny, I do intend to play through episodes 4 to 6 of like Wolfenstein 3D with the Wolfenstein CGA source port that came out. That's definitely on my to-do list of like things to do. So I'll definitely be looking forward to like doing that. Okay, cool. That's not in motion on the space. Excellent. All right. The locked door's on the other side. Okay, so where are we up to again? Fuck. 1,600 units high. Yeah, that seems appropriate for stairs. All right. All right. Let's draw a sector here. Shit, hold on. What was the ceiling height? 1702. All right. So this is 1702. No, not 1702 and negative 160, and then we're making this blood one. Yeah, 286 for a very short period. Maybe a few weeks and months, and I got a 386 for like a year, maybe. They had a 486 for a long time. Yeah, fair enough. Fun fact, you never had a 486 back in the day. You went from 386 DX40 straight to Pentium 90, based. You were on 386 for 7 years, even more based. Oh yeah. So I was actually doing some like I was doing some research into EMM 286, which is a software EMS driver for like 286s, similar to like, you know, EMM 386, but unlike EMM 386, it will completely allocate whatever you set within like XMS space. I might manage the 286 circuit board with custom sections and all. Unfortunately, there are many like different form factors of like 286s. I'm not gonna even like care about like OEM stuff. But even then, like you have like complete like discrete logic for like everything. You have like integrated like chipsets with 30-pin SIM sockets. You have what's referred to as SIP sockets, which are kind of like physically and which are electrically compatible with like SIM sockets, but they're physically incompatible. What about the unoriginal equipment manufacturer? You have motherboards that have like motherboards where you have like 36 RAM sockets. And you have to put all of these damn chips in individually, like one by one. Like all of these, like one by one, like 36 of these. SIP, as in like SIPP, not zero insertion force. Yes, sorry, SIP, not SIP, SIP, as in sippy, as in I'm having a sip right now. From my glass socket. I barely have any SIP memory. Yeah. SIP memory is WinSIP. There we go. Hell yeah. So yeah, you can plug in SIM sockets into SIP sockets there. So there's kind of like no, I don't like, I have like no particular interest in buying SIP memory because yeah, for one, it's too much of a pain in the ass to find. And secondly, I'd rather just like plug a sim socket into the SIP socket, so I could just plug in the sim, like sim sticks into it instead. I love doing like weird shit like that. I was looking into the I was looking into like this like Intel Inside PC, I think it was called, where you can like plug in a 386 like CPU. It's like an ISA slot on an XT, and some of the shit that like, people were trying to pull off it was insane. You don't have any adapters though? There you go. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I would probably just like pull like I would probably just like desolder like sim sockets from like dead motherboards, and just like use those instead. Because I've got like 2 motherboards which I consider as complete scrap, and they yeah, they're both sim socket motherboards, so I could just like yoink them from there basically and just not give a shit. easy way around that problem. Did I set? I did set that at the very least. All right, good. Okay, I did. All right, excellent. I didn't set the lines F textures though for this. Okay, I did set light 4 there. All right, cool. Okay. I don't even know what I even want for these textures. Actually, hold on. Can I zoom previous? Alright, cool, perfect. Alrighty. Alright, so let's do a little bit of that. And oh fuck! No! Don't you dare, you actual piece of shit! Don't you dare fucking do that! Oh, this editor sometimes. It is extremely sensitive to like, when you click on something, you can click and then drag by mistake, and then it will start dragging lines, or like dragging sectors. And that can be potentially catastrophic. Potentially. Skin Tech 1? Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so I think I want to like... Enemies cannot cross. Enemies! Yeah, that's right, enemies, not monsters. Yeah, enemies, they are the enemy. Don't you forget it. Alright, let's do a rectangular sector here. Missions and oh yeah. Yeah. Yes, that's a fair point, Kenny, that you mention it. What is this, 128? Yeah. Good question. That's a good question. Let's check that out randomly. Let's see. No, it's just exit in caps. Hell yeah. Yep, it's just exit in caps. Nice. Pardon me. Okay, let's set this to tag 4. Yeah, I'll do. Fuck it. Let's set this to door track. Yeah. I should have done that for like both the lines in hindsight, but that's okay. All right. Let's set this to. Come on. Door track. There we go. Once again, GTA San Andreas run on Windows 95 for some reason. Okay, so I guess the first question there is what the minimum like DirectX requirement is for GTA San Andreas. If it's DirectX like 8.0A, then it should be able to do it fine. I don't recall if 8.1 will install on Windows 95. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like 8.0A is the highest version of DirectX you can install on Windows 95. So you have that to like work with for one. You would yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. So 8.0a is the highest version like DirectX you can install on Windows 95. So if San Andreas like runs on that, then yeah, you're good. But the thing is, well, at least like when I've gone through like my GOG library, there's actually not that many games that have a minimum requirement of DirectX 8.0a. It's it's a very small time frame, like roughly 2002 to like 2003, where you like see that. Whereas like everything else, whereas like a large majority, you will see a lot more games that require like DirectX 8.1 rather than 8.0a. So it's kind of a bit, yeah, it's kind of a bit iffy like trying to do that. I mean, I've never looked into what the minimum requirements of GTA SA is though. So, all right, let's put this there. Yeah, fuck it, that'll do. Alright, alright, cool, that's all done. I kind of want to make this like particularly dickish, but I don't think I've got like much angle to work with here. I think I can do roughly around here. No, that seems a little bit too wide. I'd have to move it probably a bit more, like around. What is the best Win 9X build and why is it MA? One day, I will actually do a deep dive into like Windows MA. Incorrect, because I have actually done a playthrough of Slave Zero on Windows 98, the GOG version nonetheless. So no, I've got nothing. But yeah, no, Slave Zero definitely runs on 98. I have, yeah. When I streamed it, like oh, wait, really? Huh? Okay. All right. Okay. I'll stand corrected then. Huh. Interesting. That also... The question then becomes, why would they do that then? Because, it's not like GOG is catering for people who want to run stuff on Windows, who wants to run the games they purchase through GOG on Windows 98. But definitely not making an effort. Oh, actually, wait. I think that may depend on like how old the when it was like originally added to GOG and whether the was it Inno setup is what they use. Whether they are still using the Windows 98 compatible Inno setup. Then that would actually make sense. But yeah, that would have been like shit like a decade ago though. Okay, I feel like the most amount of like leverage I have for this really awful jump is around like here. I had no idea. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, all right. I might actually hunt down the ISO and like actually try that just to double check. But hey, Geoff, how's it going? Back on the 286 grind? Oh yeah, I'll be on this grind for a few weeks. I'll definitely be on this grind for a few weeks. I came that first hand, was completely fucking confused. Huh. I wonder what else explicitly requires MA then. Kind of curious now. Alright, so 1686. Alright, I'm gonna make this. 1510 and 1606. Yeah, there we go. That'll do it. Yeah, that'll do. 128. Did I set the... Why is it recalculating? What the fuck, man? I just wanted to select a sector, bro. Come on. Alright, I guess around that problem easily enough. You want to see a collab between me and DoomEd? Probably could make that a thing when time permits, if it ever does permit. Alright, let's... Now I think we're roughly at the end of the line here, so... Oh wait, hold up, before we do that, hold up. We need a set textures here. What am I after? Skin Tech 1? Yeah, that'll do. Oh no, it was forced to buy 7. You had it up to 2012? Nice. Whoa, buddy. Please don't create photos like that, please and thank you. Pentium, this is back when I was trying to play anything on my first Windows XP system. Ah, fair enough. Back when XP broke everything. Ah, yeah, I remember that, yeah. Pentium 4 net burst. Yeah, thankfully I dodged Pentium 4 entirely. Yeah. We went down the Athlon route instead for a good few years, and Dad has still refused to upgrade beyond his Phantom 2. He's still rocking a Phantom 2 this whole time. Props to him for doing that as well. Which I think it was my Phantom 2 actually. Now that I think about it. When I changed from that to when I changed from a Phantom 2 to a I think it was when I changed to the Sandy Bridge, i7 2600. You still have your Phantom 2? Nice. Cement? Yeah, I'll make a cement. Okay, I need to create the sector first before I actually define the tag, which is a bit annoying, but I can work with that. Let's make a sector here. Let's define this as snake 104. Okay. 96 and 96. We'll set this to. I eventually have to reconfigure my boot menu so it wouldn't show up anymore. It's been 3 upgrades. Thankfully, I still have my product key in your old email. Nice. My cousin tried doing that on a different partition on the old machine and it didn't take. I just had to reconfigure, I like the command line in the DOS days. I didn't feel like doing that shit all the time these days. But didn't feel like doing that shit all the time these days. Fair enough. Back in my day, boy. Good morning, Colossus. How's it going? I hope you're doing well. I decided, Colossus, to spend money on enhancing my shitposting capabilities of this this whole mapping session I'm doing. I think it's worth it. I'm not sure at this point in time. I'm pretty sure it is. Colossus is my dad. Colossus is a child. Colossus. He no longer is my dad. Colossus. He makes me sad. Let's set this 128. Thank you. I'm here all week, basically. Well, I'll be here for the next few weeks at the very least while I'm doing this shit, so you got me wherever you like me or not. Let's do that and that. Alright, let's add tag 5 elder. Alright, so this will be okay, that's good point. I see what you did there. Alright, open door for tag 5. That'll do. Alright, cool, excellent. We have like one section done. I've got a feeling this is like completely broken, this part here. This might be like impossible. This might be like an impossible jump. Yeah, I might just like move this just a teeny weeny, it's a little itsy bitsy bit. Like that. That should make it a little bit less impossible. Alright, we're good. Dang it, it's gray! Dang it, Bobby! Alright, cool. We got this done, though. Alright, excellent. Alright, what should be next then? This one? Yeah, this one. We'll do this one. Okay. Alright, so what is that, sir? 304, negative 624. Alright, okay, alright. Let's make a sector right here. We are at... I'm still curious why, whenever I do sector work, it just constantly recalculates every single line. And why it only explicitly happens with when I'm in sector mode and no other mode. There has to be a reason for this, but I'm not sure. I don't understand what it does. Wait, so if you're... Can you run Quake? No, because Quake requires... Okay, so Quake, Quake up to... so Quake from version 1.00, sorry, 1.01 up to 1.06, requires has a minimum requirement of like 386 and a 387 processor, but Quake 1.07 and 1.08 require a 486 DX at a minimum. Quake on 26 with 3DFX card, yo. If anyone knows of like any like ISA 3D accelerator cards, please tell me. But yes, but yeah, the 286 is a 16-bit CPU, whereas the 386 is a 32-bit CPU. That is precisely why I have a morbid fascination with 286s, because they are technically like the fastest like a 16-bit like PC that you can like use basically. And I like seeing just like how far you can stretch the horizons of a 286. Well, of like 16-bit like, you know, CPU stuff in general, you know, like games and, you know, whatever you can run and whatnot. So, I was getting sidetracked earlier. And then there's, 486 SLC, which is, then there's like 386 like SX and 486 SLC, where it's a 32-bit CPU, And it's internally like all 32-bit, but when it's like communicating with like the rest of the system, it communicates over a 16-bit like data path. Let's just simplify it that way. Like a 16-bit like external data bus, which effectively means that it runs at like literally half the performance of like a 386 like DX, like literally half the performance. There have been like some interesting benchmarks where a 286 that's like clocked at like 25 megahertz will run faster than a 386SX at like 25 megahertz for like 16-bit like code, which is interesting. Wait, what's that one? Oh, that's Gary. Hell yeah. Fucking Gary. Hell yeah. So we're after negative 624. Let's say negative 624 and negative 544. No, let's go negative 552. 72. Yeah, that'll do. Let's do 128. 520. All right, whatever. I was definitely shit pressing hard here. All right, so that's all done. All right, let's. I can see this being a problem if I'm gonna be like shitting out like stairs all over the place. It's just gonna take like progressively longer for me to do anything when I'm in sector mode. But oh well, them's the breaks. That does seem to be like the only like particularly slow thing about this map editor though. Like everything else is like really everything else like runs at like a pretty good speed otherwise. So it's kind of like baffling to see that it just like drops the ball in sector mode explicitly. Comp also. All right, let's flip my shit. It seems like it, but it only happens in sector mode and not in like line def mode or like vertex mode. So I'm not sure what it is it's actually trying to do. I mean, I can check the source code. I could probably fix it as well, but the only thing I really wanted to change was to strip out the node and the reject building code, because I have like there's like no reason for me to like have that, you know, on this, because it's pointless. And also a massive waste of time. Alright, so let's make this comp also. Yeah, okay, that'll do. And then for this, we'll set Life 4 maybe? Yeah, that'll do. Alright, that's fine. Alright, let's make a sector here, rectangular. Oh shit, I forgot to set the height and everything. Jeez, good job, idiot. 654, I think it was. And you can also be flat 20. 128, we want to set the tag of 5. It's May 4th? Oh no. Hey, May 4th, be with you. Huh? Like in Star Wars? Somebody says that line like that, but without a lisp? Oh, I guess I saw that once. Yeah, it's cute, but you guys are gonna love Radio Land Murders. What the fuck? I don't understand the context, but okay. Alright, so... Y'all better buy stuff. Fair enough. Oh yeah, of course, consumerism. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, let's flip my shit once again. Set this to nothing. Set this to door high. Hell yeah, that sounds good. Is commemoration of death here for what happened in World War II? On May 4th. May 4th though? I'm guessing is that like a Dutch specific one or? Cause I'm pretty sure like cause I'm pretty sure cause I know like VE Day is like VE Day is like May the 8th, Liberation Day. Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah. Oh yeah, no. I'm definitely aware of the fact that it's a lame ass pun. Don't get me wrong. I'll just trying to like understand the context of the comic itself though, with like the second panel and whatnot, and whatever George Lucas had said. It's for Netherlands only. Okay, fair enough. All right, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so we're down here. Let's make a sector. Vince Roll is one of the few people that know what Radio Land Murders even was. I've never heard of that before. Like, yeah, I'm completely like unfamiliar with it. Huh. Okay, fair enough. Hell yeah. I like I do like skirting around DMCA in creative ways. What else fails? Just use like 4-channel mods with like samples that, you know, sound nothing like the original. Huh. Hey, so much to screwball comedy. It's interesting. Negative reviews in the critics and bombed at the box office. Holy shit! Wow. Wow, it made like 1/10 of the budget, less than like 1/10 of the budget. Holy shit. Huh. Wow. Okay. I have to look into this now. Yeah, story by, produced by, but not directed. Interesting. Okay, that makes sense. Alright. That's the fact I've never heard of that before until now is kind of like and like just like looking at briefly look at the Wikipedia page. That sounds like that's like the perfect kind of trash which I want to look into and take a look at. That could be like if I ever wanted to do like one of those like movie night kind of thingamajigs or whatever, that'll definitely be like something right up my alley. All right, 624 negative 552. Oh, that does not surprise me in the slightest. I think I've actually like looked at that list. I think I may have like poked around that list at some point, but that would have been like way too long ago. I've probably like forgotten since then. So that definitely makes sense to me. I would probably forget all that, but I find it interesting that v4.2 is in the Ultimate Doom iWAD, but not in Doom Registered. Interesting. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. Okay, so I've had like a few ideas here and there, but nothing strictly concrete. Generally with like so I'll probably make this like the fourth the 2019 cast films on that list. Fair. All right, yeah. So this will be the fourth. Yeah, this will be like the fourth switch activated door. And this one up here will be like the third. So what do I want to do with this one though? Oh, actually, something I just thought of. I'm just gonna quickly change that. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to answer earlier because I got sidetracked. It's the extent of the scroll bar just gonna scroll through the nothingness. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know what it's like using as like a basis of reality here for like the scroll bar, for like the scroll bars. But I can like continuously click on the arrow, like the arrow buttons, and it still scrolls. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but something's definitely fucked. There we go, upper texture. There we go. Make the upper texture unpicked. Hell yeah, that's what I was meant to do. All right, cool. But yeah, okay, whatever. Okay, so I have a bit of an experimental idea for this, which probably may not work in the slightest. But first, I'm gonna take a quick piss break. I'll be back in a few minutes. Where's my trackball? There it is. All right, I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, and I'm back. Alright, let's get back into it. Alright, so... Admittedly, like, I've been a little bit sidetracked, with stupid, real estate, right... I'm back. Yeah, hello, howdy. What's this YouTube link? Let's take a look at this. He's quick! Hide the CP.
By Michael Crichton. Read by William.
Shut up, YouTube. Shut up, YouTube.
Reptiles.
Shut up, YouTube. Thank you. Where was I? Yes, he's crack. He's back. Quick, hide the CPUs. We've integrated floating point math. Because who knows what I'll do with them. Ooh. The Dark Forces DOS stream. Well, I would do that. I actually do want to do a playthrough of fuck. I got too much shit I want to do. God damn it. Just perpetual shit I just want to do. Ugh, I hate it. Hello, back. Nice to meet you. I'm Deep. Where am I? Okay. How many shit, it would have been really nice if I was actually like thinking about like how to like plot this map while I was working today rather than getting sidetracked by random shit. Well, I mean, I do have an idea. I might see how we go with this one. I have an idea. It could be a complete failure. It could work. It could probably work. It could be a complete failure. I have no idea. But I had a rather stupid idea. Which basically involved like creating like multiple sets of stairs. And then they can't, well, like, it starts like a set of like stairs that's like going like, I don't know, like this direction for whatever reason. And it has like no, it doesn't like lead anywhere, but you can like hop across the stairs and then it will then open up like branching paths, like more of these like stairs that like go up and down, but, sorry, steps that go up and down, but like lead nowhere. Like, at least like relative to like the height change of the steps anyway. But you basically just jump across like steps and that kind of stuff, but then they just keep branching into some more different pairs of like steps, I guess. Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah. And then like some of these would like lead into like dead ends, I guess. And then eventually it will get somewhere. I don't know. It feels like a stupid idea, but I kind of tend to see if it works. Fuck it. We're doing it. Fuck it. It is 1994 inspired. I might as well just go. I might as well do like completely random shit, and if it works or not, yeah. If it works, cool. If it doesn't, then that's my loss, I guess. All right, so starting with this. Alright, negative 624. All right. Let's make this negative 616. Let's make this negative 500 and 400 and 500, 492. Yeah, I'll do. That'll do as well. So this is going to be like a massive map with only 286 monsters. So there's gonna be like a lot of like I imagine there'll be like a good amount of like areas where there's like no monsters whatsoever, and then there'll be like others where we'll have some degree of like monsters, that kind of stuff. I guess like the biggest problem is that I've been building this. I've been building these maps around just drawing lines and that kind of stuff. I've had like next to like zero thought when it comes to like monster placement and that kind of stuff. Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, hell yeah. I have that somewhere. I do have like a, yeah, I've got like a, I think I've got like, it's like an MPEG-2 file somewhere. It's like a full size, like a DVD5, like MPEG-2 file, sitting around somewhere. Don't remember what I did with it there. It's somewhere. Okay, so I want to. How am I gonna texture this? Wait a second. Life 5 all the way, baby. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Ah, shit. Whoops. Have to use the first letter. Well, is it Life 5 or Life 3 I'm after? Yeah, Life 3. Yeah, that's what I'm after. Okay, and then we're gonna set the rest of these as light free. Okay, the width of this is not gonna be too particularly enticing. Let's make this room a little bit bigger. About, oh shit! Oh, no. Okay, that was not too bad, thankfully. Okay, there we go. Let's go around here. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. That's like what? 56 units wide. Okay. By about. Yeah, actually, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Okay, so I kind of now need to figure out like the midpoint for this thing. Well, as in like if I want to. Actually, not necessarily. It's just as long as it like goes through, as long as it like goes along, as long as it like reaches like the floor of like this adjacent sector here, then that's not too bad. Okay. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna cancel that. Maybe it's like along here, roughly? That's true. Alright, steps! We're starting off at negative 120, and we're going to negative 480. That's a little bit too low, actually. 380. That will do. All right, excellent. Let's make this. Okay, does that in any way, like, get anywhere like remotely close to? Okay, 648. All right, cool. 632. Okay, cool. So it does get fairly close to this. So I'm happy with that. Okay. So now the fun part's gonna be joining all this shit together, basically. And I think we're gonna go like roughly. Where was the save point for being able to like? So that's negative 600. Yes, sir. Can I even? Interesting. This quote from an interview with Bob Hoskins about the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Oh, go on, I'm listening. Shit, I can't see straight. That's more like it. The worst thing I ever did, Super Mario Bros. It was a fucking nightmare. It had a husband and wife team directing. Always good. Whose arrogance had been mistaken for talent. After so many weeks, their own agents told them to get off the set. Fucking nightmare, fucking idiots. Nice. Hell yeah, based Bob. Oh, that's beautiful. Alright, let's do that. I just love how it does like a really like clean slice of like these steps. So whenever you like, you just stair build and then you know you just do whatever, and then it just kind of fucks it up in a way. Oh. That actually explains a lot with the Super Mario Bros. Movie. And I think I've respected I've respected more now because of that. Huh. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Are they literally like one line apart? Alright. Alright, that's a simple. Me, when I grow up, I want to make video games. Video games. What have I done? What am I doing to get here? Jeez. Yeah. Hey, little bro, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. All right, I think I want to set this like here and then like roughly here. Yeah, that'll do. Fuck it, that's close enough. Okay. Why the fuck? Oh, did I forget to like texture this room? No, I did. Wow, rude. Okay. It just decided to set its own bloody goddamn things. All right, we want to set the light free as that. We want to set light free as that, and that should cover that at the very least. Yeah, I think I'm kind of wondering if it was because of like the Super Mario Brothers special stuff, like for like the Japanese PCs, and whether they're like whether they were like they probably might. I'm not sure like how successful like those like PC. Like those Japanese computer ports, well, you know, ports remixes, what do you want to call them? He probably has been making a platforming game in the Godot engine. But no doubt if I'll actually realize any of the games I wanted to make. Drunk Super Pros music. Oh, wasn't that for like the FM8 in particular? I think it was. Yeah, Ricktoy, hello, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Did I set Sky? I definitely did not set Sky 1. What the fuck? Oh. D2Do.game. Oh, that could be horrifying. Okay, cool. Yeah. I was PC double 1. Yeah. I knew. I thought it was. I couldn't recall if it was for the FM7 or. Yeah. Has the slow super music. Yeah. Okay. I know for a fact I definitely did not set Sky 1 as the fucking step texture for this. Oh, you tricky little shit. I can't believe DoomEd, the real thing, would lie to me about the texture choices I can have for like setting like step textures when creating stairs. God damn. Shit. Whoops. I guess like the most annoying part about this is like I have to now select every goddamn line now. And I have to use these like stupid like scroll bars to be able to like scroll down as well. Ugh. Everything's all horrifying here. Alright, let's No! I'm not gonna lie. Right now, I am definitely the one feature I'm actually missing the most from like WhatEd is the multi-select feature, because you can never like clear your selection unless you explicitly press a button to either apply or cancel the changes you want to make. That is by far the one feature which I would like to see in like other Doom editors, where you have like a explicit like multi-select tool, like you know like a explicit like multi-select option, and it does not deselect everything when you like misclick. Is this the most performant Doom editor for Windows 3.1? Yes and no. Yes and no. Yes, it does perform. It does perform really fast, especially because I had recompiled the for source code to use fast optimizations. Fucking Ice Climbers on the PC88. Loud slow tempo music. Ooh, tempting. But yeah, so it does actually perform like really fast. Actually a lot more, this is probably like the fastest like Doom editor I could probably work with on like everything. Like Windows like 3.1 or DOS. Except for some reason, whenever I do like most stuff in like sector mode, it decides to recalculate every single line for some reason. If I like drag select to select like multiple sectors, it will calculate every single line that's on the map before it actually selects a thing. When I deselect the sectors, it will recalculate every single line again. I don't understand why. Like it will literally go through every single line on the map. And especially when I've been like, oh, we have a stair builder feature. I want to build a whole bunch of like stairs now. That kind of like escalates really quickly. Which is a bit of an oh no situation, unfortunately. Oh, just found an UDB edit merge strike vertices only. Huh. Interesting. I've usually like worked with like I usually just disable like snap to geometry when it comes to that, but that's interesting. And hello Rain, hello, how's it going? thank you for pointing that out. That might make UDB a bit more tolerable for me to like work with when doing that kind of like work specifically. Let's. There we go. Yeah, so somehow SK Snake 1 became Sky 1? I don't know how that happened, but okay. But I will say, yeah, Ricto, unlike What Offer, it like at least like when I want to like select lines, it will actually select lines properly rather than just picking like random shit from like 120 units away or like whatever. So there is like that at the very least. Like there's that a little bit of looks like it's in the mapping from it's just called a view. No. It doesn't appear to be doing that. I think it just only like redraws like what's visible. But like whenever I'm doing like sector work, you'll see in the bottom left here, it'll be like GSE, and then you see like a number like incrementing like really quickly, and that number correlates to the total number of like line depths in the map. So no, this is definitely performing like faster than like What Offer when it comes to like scrolling. At least like when I'm zooming in like this. So it's not that bad. Not that bad. Thankfully. I also got the feeling like it has set like the sector height to like something like 128, because it always sets to 128. So I can probably fix that up. That's not a problem. All right, I actually need to create the sectors, don't I? Yeah, I do. Alright, can I zoom previous? There we go, that's a bit better. Alright, so let's say I do this, for example. Like this. And then you'll see like this down here. And that's calculating every single line in the map. I don't know why. Oh, sweet, I picked all of them. Alright, cool. Ready for? And really slowly, apparently. What kind of CPU is this on? This is on right up the top there. A 286 running at 25 megahertz. With a 287 floating point unit. Which I have recently purchased and acquired a upgrade for today, just before I went live. The reason why I was like late today was because I had to do some like testing with the 287, with the new 287 to make sure it works properly. And thankfully it does. So and it's definitely a very nice upgrade over the 287 I was using previously. Because, you know, it will run both faster and will clock higher as well. So it will run faster relative to the same speed that the old 287 was running at. Whether that FPU would even help with this sort of thing, it 100% does. It 100% does. In fact, I will demonstrate it actually, because I'm going to because it is like 11:30, and I kind of need to like formulate this idea like a little bit better, like over work tomorrow. So I will actually show off the difference between what happens if you have a FPU installed versus not having one installed. Yo, Pixel Turkey, thanks for the raid. Hello everyone, my name is Dietzer. I like to do retro and Doom 2 stuff. Basically right now I've been working on a map for a Doom 2 community project. And I've been doing all the work on a 286. Mostly because it was a bit of a funny idea. Because I kind of like I had the idea of like naming the map Ghost of like 286 Past. And I wanted to basically like basically what I wanted to do with the Doom map was to have everything rendered with like an EGA and like CGA palette. Then I had like the genius idea like a week later to do some like shovelware like CD hunting for like old like Doom editors from like 994s, like 996-ish. And I was able to find about like 10 different like editors which all work on 286 under like DOS or like Windows 3.1. So I've been doing a whole bunch of like mapping for the past week and a half or so. So hello, yes. Hello to Free Needles and Thunderbolt, hello. And thanks for the follow pixel as well. Looks fun. I was playing Less of the Unlikely for SNES. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've been in your streams. Like I have been watching your streams and all that. I think I dropped in while you're playing Secret Agent. Because I remember talking with Game Dev Geoff about Tomb Raider 1. Getting out to like work on a DOS box. I wanted Deed to call the map 286 bad life choices made. I mean, it's kind of tempting now. It's kind of tempting now, actually. It's actually kind of tempting. I might look into that. All right. So basically, So I've been doing all this work on a 286. And just to prove that it is a 286, Doom has a minimum requirement of a 386. Has a requirement of like a 386 CPU. So if I exit out of this now, because I was just about to save and exit this anyway. So and I also was going to show off the performance difference between having a floating point unit like a 287 and without one. So anyway. So if I open up NSSI, which is like a tool for like collecting like the specs of the PC, I am using 286 CPU with 287 XL. All of this is, if I change scenes, all right here, running bare naked because I don't like. I don't like cases. They're just too bulky. So we have right here. The CPU right here. We've got the floating point unit right here, which I picked up from the post office today. We've got Sound Blaster 16 here, right here with a McFly Wave Blaster card in there. We've got a Western Digital WD90C31, and we've got a serial mouse, and a bunch of compact flash cards here and so forth. So. If I put this back, bisexual lighting heatsink. Okay, that had actually came with a Raspberry Pi 02W. Yeah, it's a very tasty serial mouse. Well, actually, it's a trackball. It is actually trackball, but and not a mouse, but Raspberry Pi sexual lighting. Yeah. If I God damn it! I just clicked on my head now. Nice. So yeah, we got a 286 here. So if I was to like, I don't know, like run Doom for example, I would. And go to like, Doom. We get a DOS 16 error, protected mode available only on 386, only with 386 or 486. Which means that this whole like mapping, all this like mapping I'm doing, I can't actually test it on this PC. So basically what I'm intended to do is to create a entire map from scratch to finish, from start to finish, without playtesting once, and then just kind of like see just how batshit wild the end result's gonna be. And it has been like pretty, are there any workarounds? No. Oh, no, not, well, at this point, no. Fast Doom requires a 386 because it does a bunch of like, because a 286 is a 16-bit CPU, whereas a 386 is a 32-bit CPU. So yeah, it will require like significant changes to the engine. You'd also need to like be able to set up like XMS and like EMS memory allocation as well, rather than using like a using like a flat memory model that 32-bit CPUs have access to. So there's like that to deal with. You have, and then yeah, I'm not exactly sure like how many like 32-bit like integers are actually used in the Doom engine. I do know that there is like a fair amount of like 16-bit like integers. But I do believe that yeah, it would alter the engine where if you try to like play back like demo recordings, like speedrun demos, that kind of stuff. I am pretty certain like there would be like no chance of like ever having them like sync properly. Like they'll like almost definitely like desync. So anyway, just before you rated, oh yeah, so Rain. So Rain, I will show you the difference of like having a FPU installed and not having one installed. So if I go to DEU, good old classic DEU, and run my recompiled exe here. So let's open up E2M7 because that's like that's usually like a good example of like showing off the performance and whatnot. So this is with the FPU installed. Enjoy the mapping fun. That's sleep time. All right, no worries. Thank you for the raid, I appreciate it, and thank you for the follow as well. So yeah, so if I was to like zoom in and like zoom out, performance is like kind of like this. So it does perform like somewhat decently, like with a FPU installed. So let's take it out now. So let's get our useful extracting tool. And there we go. And let's try it now. So, oh yeah, I could do that as well, because I don't have a CMOS battery installed because, Vada batteries, they kind of like, if you leave them there, if you leave like the barrel batteries, the old barrel batteries, they'll leak corrosive acid. So I never keep my CMOS settings, even though it's just like 4 things I have to like set anyway, so. So as you can see right at the top left there, numeric processor is none, so we don't have an FPU installed. And let's boot into DOS 6.22. And this is going to take forever because HiMem is trying to test 16 meg of RAM on a 286. So it's going to take like a solid like 40 seconds. I have noticed that Windows 3.1. I have seen instances of like Windows 3.1 using about 6 megs of RAM. So there is justification for having this much RAM on the 286. At least my personal justifications. Anyway, so let's initialize VATs. Let's initialize VATs. Okay, cool. So let's go back to DU again, and let's run it again. And let's open up E2M7. And now, without this installed, it's going to be taking significantly longer to basically draw all this. Like, it's taking about at least like twice the amount of time it was previously. Probably like 3 times. But yeah, there's definitely like a significant like performance difference with having this installed. And yeah, I just have to sit back and just watch like lines draw. It's actually pretty comforting. It's actually pretty like comforting that way. But yeah. So yeah, there's definitely like a justification for like having this installed. At least for like because like these were very commonly used for like CAD programs anyway, and because like Doom editors are kind of CAD-like, but on 2 dimensions rather than like 3 dimensions, and because you have to do like non-orthogonal like line drawing, That is especially where yeah, like drawing like non-orthogonal lines is where like floating point units like really is where like FPU is like really important for like performance. So yeah. So yeah, well, yeah, it's almost midnight here, and I do have work tomorrow. And since I've done this like whole detour, shit, I don't know what to do now. I mean, I was gonna like end the stream, but shit, I don't know what to do now. I feel compelled to do something for like 15 or 20 minutes, but I've really got nothing on me at the moment. Now I probably should be a responsible person and like go to bed. So we'll just do that. Okay. So that in mind, I think it's time to go see who is online that I can send you all to. So first off, I want to say thanks to. I'm gonna say thanks to Kant for the 31 bits. I'm gonna say thanks to Achievement Slayer for the follow, Pixel Turkey for the rate of 89 and for the follow as well, and also Arden Havoc and the Heavy Metal Editor for following in between today's stream and yesterday's stream. So let's see who was online. Who can I send you all to? Who's doing stuff? Naps is doing stuff. Naps is doing 1994 stuff. I also see Phoenix doing TNT Revolution. I'll send you all to Naps. Oh, Rachis is online. Okay, yeah, I've seen him in like Gomi's chat and I think Fuchs chat as well. Let me just go check out his channel. Let me just type it in. Give me 1 second. Sis, is that it? Let's take a look-sees. He's doing Dark Forces? Hell yeah. Hopefully I spelled that correctly. Let's take a look. Yeah, perfect. Alright, cool. Alright, I will send you all to Races. Yeah, I'll be back. Well, okay. Friday night, I might just like pass out like a grandpa. But hopefully, if I don't pass out tomorrow, like after work, I'll be doing more of this horrible mapping stuff. So, with that in mind, hope to see you all next time, and take it easy.